Back with another video. July 11th. Wall is closed, but let's just jump into the video. So a lot of you guys, I've been getting a lot of comments saying that James Gunn in DC Studios is watching my channel. I've been getting this from a lot of y'all. You said James Gunn said something about me in the Rolling Stones or the Variety magazine. Leave the link down below. But I've been getting a lot of comments saying that DC Studios is now watching my channel. So that means they're listening. And if they're listening, that's because they're scared. Now they can put a face to this wallets closed movement, which is we're not going to support DC Studios if they don't finish Zack Snyder's Justice League stories. That's all that the fans want. If they want to do business with the fans, James Gunn must resign or put Zack Snyder in charge and finish those 2 Justice League stories. But if they don't, we will wallet close, boycott every DC project that James Gunn, Peter Safran release. We're not playing, we're serious. If they want our money, they have to do what we say. We are the majority. And based on these new box office estimates, we are the majority, James Gunn fans. What happened? What happened? You guys told harsh critics that, oh, this movie's gonna make $1 billion. It's gonna open up to 200 million, 300 million. Well, according to these numbers, it's not looking good for Superman. And I told you this in the beginning. That's the reason why they're going on tour, because most of the ticket sales, like in Japan, they're slow there. The tickets for Superman in Japan, they've been out for almost like 2 months now, but they're not selling, just like they're not selling here. I mean, they just released a promotion for the early screenings. The early screenings is not selling. There's a guy on here who have access to that portal, because I don't have Amazon Prime, so I don't have access to it. He have access to the portal, and he screenshotted a lot of these screenings. They're not selling. And for what, $30, $25 a ticket, they're conning you. What they're really doing is they're trying to pay for the person that's not going to show up in the general at the general release, at the official release. That's how that works. You're not really getting a deal because you're paying double for the ticket. I mean, you already had Amazon Prime. What is that extra $15 going for? It's for that extra person that's not going to show up. But it's not enough. It's not even enough. Superman now, after all the pre-sale projection, this is just a projection. This is an estimate. And this 90 million is actually their high-end number. And that's bad. I would say I agree with Mitch from Movies TV Mad. Shout out to Mitch. This movie probably at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, if it doesn't get like this big boost, this big Barbie marketing boost like y'all claim, it's going to open somewhere around, I want to say like 65 to 80 million. That's my prediction. I believe this film is not going to open over 100 million. I don't think it's going to open that much. But according to you clowns, the wallet close movement isn't working. Well, I think it's working, you guys. I think a lot of people has had enough of this crap, and they sink the bullshit. While John Scampy and all those guys was hyping it up, they were lying to you because the studio was paying them to do that. So, I mean, what are you guys going to do? You either going to join this Snyderverse train and get Zack Snyder rehired, Henry Cavill rehired, so they can finish out this Justice League story, or DC Studios is going to go bankrupt, because that's the only option that they have with us, the ones that's serious. Either they sell an IP to somebody else, or finish these Justice League stories and we can continue to do business. But No Snyderverse, no money. That's exactly what that means. If Zack Snyder's trilogy isn't finished, we won't never ever support DC Studios under James Gunn and Peter Safran. Ever. So the hype was all fake. Those views was fake in the beginning, like we all told you, because if those views were so real, and I believe the hype was real. I believe the hype during that time was real. But those views, they was fake, they was bought, they was ads, and we tried to tell you. This is proof of it. If those views were so high, these numbers shouldn't be that low. If you guys was such the majority, you gun clowns, this number shouldn't be this low. So I'm starting to realize that maybe you guys need to jump on this train and hop with the majority, because right now we're looking like the majority, and majority rules. So that's the movement moving forward. If Zack Snyder is not in charge, we don't support them ever. That's it. And James Gunn, if you're listening, call him on the phone, because I'm getting a lot of comments saying, yeah, you watching my channel. Well, now you got to face. Now you got to face to this wallets closed movement, because we're not going to support you unless you do what we tell you to do. You and the studio work for the fans, the majority of the fans, and that's Zack Snyder fans. So yeah, this was all smoke and mirrors, you guys. Like I told you, those clowns, those shills, Robert Burnett, and you know who they are. They was blowing sunshine up your ass. This is proof of it. And this is going to go lower week by week by week, unless one of you clowns got $1 billion. You know, but what do you think? I believe the hype was real in the beginning, but those views was fake. I mean, you have to ask yourself, why the fuck would DC Studios fire the marketing person? Why would he fire that Barbie marketing person? That's because we dug in and we found out the truth, that they was lying. And like I said, it's funny how a lot of stuff is starting to come out, you know, with that Reddit post, and now James Gunn trying to say that WB had already fired Henry Cavill. Like, why now, James Gunn? Why now? We know what happened. This guy is a fraud, and by these numbers, he's a failure, and he needs to go. He needs to resign ASAP. But what do you guys think about these numbers? I think Superman is in big trouble. Big trouble. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, no Snyderverse, no money, wallets closed. Peace.